fellas, welcome back to the channel. Check it out, got another one for you guys. We're out here in Southern California, LA County, LA area, and it seems like this is the, I guess, like some people say out there, the mecca of RX2s. Far or few apart that stand out, and I'm gonna let you guys know this one right here really stands out. I love them all, but I always like it when owners put a little touch of their flavor, a little touch of their own, you know, style, and you can tell this one's one of those. It's been thought through to the minor details, major, you name it. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it, and thanks guys for just viewing the channel and coming back and just viewing us. All right, here we go. We're right here with Project B5. It was actually Juan, but also known as Project B5. So Juan, tell us all about this car here.
So this is a 1973 Mazda RX2. I've owned it for 25 years. I bought it before 2000. Bought it off a friend, and this thing was a basket case when I got it, so it didn't look like this. And originally it was a yellow car, but it was painted lime green over that. And so just wanted to use a factory Mazda color. I was going for B5, which is Galaxy Silver Metallic, but it's a little off. The tone's a little off, but overall I'm still happy with it. I love it.
On the wheels, I know you got a couple shoes or a couple of wheels for this ride.
Yeah, originally when I started driving it, because I've been building this car for a long time, I got impatient, and I had a set of like old school center lines.
Ah, the center lines.
Some auto drags, and
I'm a big fan of the center lines, man. I love the center lines.
And so those are ready to go. So I just slapped those on, and I think the last video you kind of sneak peeked me. I was wearing those. Right.
We did a little cruise on it. Yeah. You guys remember this suit right here? Go check it out.
And yeah, but these were the wheels that I've had for a long time. I mean, I bought them from a local guy here. And I've had them for probably like 10 to 15 years. And yeah, just a quickie rebuild. My son helped me out with them, and he picked the actual look of them. Originally they were they're the Epsilons,
right?
They're the Epsilons, yeah. So
original RX2 badges all around.
Yeah, these badges took me a long time to collect them. They're pretty much all of them are NOS except for the yellow, the RE triangles on the fenders. Those are reproductions out of Australia. They're really nice. And yeah, I kind of gave up on finding the original ones just because at the time they were super expensive. So I couldn't justify the price for them. But all of this stuff I bought back in like the late 90s. So wow. I've been hunting stuff for a long time. That's why
that's crazy.
If I were to try to find that stuff now, it'd probably be pretty expensive, right? So
man, it seems like the more I talk to Juan, it's like, you know, sometimes you think you're the only one that's been in the game, has been doing it for decades or whatnot. But I mean, this guy, he's had the car for what, 25 years, is it? That's crazy. And like the parts, he just had them in the shelf, just waiting for them to go on the car for about as long as you had the car, right?
Pretty much. Before I had the car. So I had another RX2. I had another RX2 that I was planning to do this with, and then I ended up with this one.
Oh, so this ain't your first rodeo? You had
another one, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, this one actually.
What, in that like the 90s and stuff? Or?
Yeah, like in the mid to early 90s, like 93, 94, somewhere around there.
Okay.
I had another RX2.
Okay, you go way back. Right on. Okay. So you went through the car then before you even.
Yeah, the car was. Basically, this is almost a nut and bolt restoration. Huh? It's not it's a resto model.
Wow, yeah.
Because I literally took this car completely apart, and everything has been touched.
Wow.
Everything. So,
the bumpers, you said it's a 73. This is a 73 bumper.
Correct.
But I'm kind of thrown off by the rear bumper. It's got like a little light back there. What's that all about?
So when I decided to go with this rear garnish, which is this decorative back piece with the badges, this was not a US option when these cars were sold here.
The light, right?
The garnish.
The garnish
and the light.
And
so
the light.
this is other markets like Japan and Australia and New Zealand, they receive this center bar with the light because the license plate, you know, the US one has the
big plastic, lights on the side,
and it has like another different type of garnish.
Right.
So that's what's the deal with this bumper.
Okay. So now the rear garnish, you told me that's original, right? It's not like aftermarket or nothing.
No, this isn't a reproduction. I mean, when
it's
I bought
an actual Mazda.
Yeah, this is a real one out of Australia. Had some contacts over there where I bought it. They sent it off to another person. No, Restore Maz.
Oh yeah. I know who he is.
Bad. Shout out to
Dave. yeah, I know who he is. Yeah.
So he restored it. I said, hey, restore it to original spec, and that's what he did. So just for perspective, I think I got this thing restored in 2010.
2010.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's all.
Let me see. 2010. That's like 14 years ago,
yeah,
man.
So that's how long ago I've had it. Way before the reproductions came out.
So what's with the pinstripe? Did they originally came like this, or this is your thing? You added this touch to it, or?
The pinstripe. I mean, the U.S. spec ones came with this pinstripe. I believe the Australian and Japanese as well.
Okay.
So yeah, I threw this one on. It's same dimensions as the original. The only difference is the original was actually painted on the car, and this one's it's like a decal.
Oh, all right. And where'd you get that pinstripe? Is that a VRD pinstripe?
Yes, sir.
I know a lot of guys out here go for the VRD.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go check them out, fellas. I got quite a few things from them, and you won't be disappointed. Look at that beauty. So what do we have under here, man?
So this is a 1986 RX-7. I believe it was a GXL. Yeah, I had that, rebuilt it, street ported it. This is back in 96, 95, somewhere around there.
Wow, that engine's from 90. It was built in that.
Yeah. So what happened?
In that era.
What do you think of that, fellow 90s star Joey Lawrence?
It was built
the
back
90s.
then, and I had another RX2, so this motor probably doesn't even have 10,000 miles on it, because I disassembled this one to rebuild it, and I thought it's gonna be a quick turnaround, and it didn't work out that way.
Right.
So yeah,
I'm used to 48 Weber's carburetor A&A. That looks a little fancy.
So this is a EFI hardware ITB setup, so it's a fuel injection.
Fuel injected.
Yeah,
nice.
it's a 50 millimeter bore, IDA style. So basically, it's using a IDA Weber lower manifold.
Yeah,
and
nice.
yeah, and it's got 550 cc's, I believe, injectors. So yeah, so I mean it's
pretty economical, huh?
I don't know about economical on a rotary, but it's super smooth. There's no issues when you fire it up in the morning.
Wow.
It fires right up.
Looks nice, man. That looks fancy.
Yeah.
I need to get one of those.
and funny enough, the cost of the actual top half of it is not that far off an actual regular carburetor. The problem is everything else that goes with it.
The computer, right?
Computer, the ignition, the fuel system, because now it's pressurized at a high pressure, so you have to use a different fuel pump.
Right.
So yeah, it's just I didn't realize that. I was like, oh yeah, let's just get that one. That looks
looks
cool.
nice, yeah.
But once you get into it, you're like, oh dang, this is more than what I bargained for. But
So you don't mind telling us what kind of computer you're running on this thing?
Yeah,
in case people want to go down this route. Or...
Yeah, so I'm running a Haltech Elite 550.
Oh, Haltech.
So this is like a base entry point box for them.
Okay.
And I didn't need anything more than that, because this is a really basic setup, street port, and there's no I don't need any crazy features on it. So
the boxes are like all that stuff's like part of it, right? It's like Haltech.
No.
So the igniters, or
these are the coils. I believe these are GM coils.
That I had an issue with my RX4 with the brake master cylinder. Well, what is that? What are you running? I know that's not Mazda, right?
No, that's a Willwood unit.
Oh, it's a Willwood. Okay.
Yeah, but I kept the original RX2 booster. I just like the way it looks. Yeah, I kind of wanted it to look kind of you know, period correct as much as I could. And so I kept that. This is a
very tight fit too, huh?
Yeah, they barely fit, man. That's
as long as it fits, huh?
As long as it gets in.
Oh, you got the adjuster too, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Portion valve.
Yeah.
Slave cylinder, clutch.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah.
Now this is what caught my attention when I first seen this car. That's cool, man. It's got like that original design to it.
So
that's
when I found this, I thought, ooh, this looks so similar to the original bottle. Didn't look like this when I bought it.
Oh, okay.
He actually modified it so that it would actually fit on here.
Wow, nicely built. It's very clean on there. You got those solid engine mounts too, huh?
Yeah, those are actually Oscar's design.
Oh, are they? Oh, he designs too, huh? Nice. You got blacked out radiator.
That is a
goes with it.
It's a Griffin radiator. Actually, I've had that radiator since when I built the car, the first one.
Wow.
So it's from back in the mid 90s.
So all this is like, wow, from way back then.
Yeah.
Nice.
A little bit of the new and a little bit of the old.
And then you got what, like a 5-speed under there, or?
Yeah, turbo 2 trans.
Oh, turbo 2. Okay, yeah. Nice.
Shortened shifter so that I could get it.
Cool.
To fit.
So now the suspension, man, you got one of those techno toy wild looking suspensions on there. I gotta ask, how does it drive?
It feels great, man.
Better than the stock RX2 ones, I bet, huh?
Oh, I'm sure, yes. For sure.
Wow, tell us about that, man.
So it's a Techno Toy Tuning's lower sway bar. But it actually, what really caught my attention was that it actually replaces the tie rods. So it uses like a Heim joint system and has a ton of adjustability. So that's why I liked it. And I knew that I was going to run a wider tire in the front, so I wanted that adjustability.
Oh, okay. So it's got like a camber caster type of adjustment to it too, or?
Well, the camber caster is coming off the coilovers.
Oh, okay.
So these are AC Braun out of Australia.
Oh, okay.
Coilovers, but I just wanted to be able to have more adjustability if ever I want to track it or do whatever, right? So,
right. Okay. That engine, I mean, I'm sure you got some pretty nice horsepower out of it. You got to have something to be able to handle it. What kind of rear end you got?
So this is a stock RX2 diff, but it has a GSL LSD in it.
Okay, you went with the early like 80, 81 GSL third member, huh?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Okay.
So, but it has upgraded disc brakes in the back, so those are GSL brakes as well.
Oh, you got you went with the whole old school setup. Yeah. Nice.
The rear end has original trailing arms, but it has Super Pro bushings.
All right.
It's all urethane bushings with the panhard. So,
how about drive shaft? Is it a one piece, or are you still running with the two piece?
It's a one piece.
You running with the one piece?
Yeah,
okay, custom. Okay.
Made, yeah.
Juan, that interior, man. What can I say? Guys, this interior is beautiful, man. I just don't know how else to describe it. Very thought through. It's just amazing. Tell us about that dash, man.
So obviously this car is a 73, but this dash is off a 74. I love the 74 dash just because it reminds me like of an RX3. And I wanted to put it in. It wasn't easy to get in here, but it seems like it's pretty straightforward. But you know, it had its challenges to get it in.
So I mean, this thing looks like restored, man. I mean, you got the dash done, and
yeah, the dash was done by Just Dashes. They fully restored it. They restored also this part of the radio console. So yeah, then I did the rest myself. I did the gauges.
Those are aftermarket gauges, though, huh?
Those are speed hut gauges.
You got the original radio.
Yeah, it's not working, but we're working on that. I had a time crunch for 7 stock just to get everything together.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You took Guys, he took first place in 7 stock. I mean, can you blame him? No, you can't. And there was a lot of RX2s. It was a tough one, I'll tell you that. But
that was
completely,
completely unexpected.
Yeah, well, this one definitely stands out. I could see why it won. It's just like, you go in there, you're an RX2 guy, you're like, wait a minute.
So
that dash
the
is,
seats everything's been redone. Headliner, seats, carpet. Yeah, it's all new, everything. Basically.
Wow.
There's nothing that's...
It smells new in there, guys. If you guys can go ahead, it does. It really does. It smells new. I like it. Oh, you got the chrome on there, huh? Yeah. That's like the early RX2 style.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at that, guys. Man. Yeah, it smells good in here. It smells new. Look at that dash, man. It's just that dash. It's just dashes, man. I gotta admit, these guys. And it's free promo, man. It's just like, you gotta give credit where it's due,
I mean, it's expensive, but...
Oh, yeah. Got the rubbers, everything done, man. Look at that.
These strikers, too. Found these. These are all
strikers. Wow.
We got the VRD plates.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
It's brand new.
Wow.
Door jam plate right there.
Yeah, VRD. Yeah, he does them, man. Those are great. All right, guys, look. Not every rotary guy pops their trunk open, but he ain't got nothing to hide, man. Check it out. It's well done. Beautiful car, man. And I'm starting to see a lot of those little tiny batteries too, man.
It's a Braille 21 for 21 pounds. So it's super light.
It looks like.
And it's a small unit, and yeah, I didn't want it in the engine compartment, so I put it back there.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's been redone, painted, up to the point where I don't have any of the mats that go in here. I got everything zinc plated. Actually, this is CAD plating. And then you could see the wire harness. Everything's been rewired. We did all the gas neck. Check this out. I mean, you might get a kick out of this. But so I'm into the little details, right?
Oh, nice. Yeah, it looks pretty in there.
It's a small little piece, but hey,
yeah,
no one's gonna see it, but I still like to know that it's been done.
Right. Wow. Yeah, you even got the little cover right there too. Those are hard to find.
Yes, sir.
Nice, beautiful. Yeah, this is definitely motivating, man. This is great.
So I'm looking for a floor mat. If any of you guys out there, I'm searching for a nice one. So
yeah, I think these are very unique too, because I think they have like a hump on there too.
Yeah.
Like a built,
it's
like it's shaped. Yes.
Tire,
Yeah, man, I haven't seen.
And the only reason I know exactly what it looks like is because the first RX2 that I had, I bought it from the original owner, and literally it had everything in it. But back then I was like, hey, this is a race car.
Right.
I threw away all that stuff, bro.
Man, don't.
Steering wheel, all the cool stuff that I want back,
You threw away the steering wheels. Yeah, that's insane, man. Looking back now, it's like, what were we thinking?
We all did it, bro. We're all guilty of it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I chose a GT Grand over the original steering wheel way back then. So it's just the way it is, man. Back in the day. The vents, man. You even got these right here. You said these are OEM too, huh?
Those are NOS. Those were the very first items I ever bought.
You could tell because it's got the little grain on there.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
All the stainless is being redone. I've been polished.
Wow,
so,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Labor of love for sure.
Wow.
So yeah, Oscar actually he did a lot of work on this car. I give him a lot of credit because he had it took me a long time to find a guy that can execute what I wanted as well. So yeah, he did the suspension. We had to do the so when I went with this T3 suspension, the actual cross member has to be modified. It has these wings on the end where the bump stops are bolted onto. You can't have that, so he had to eliminate those, chop them up, and then re-weld everything and make it stronger than it was. And so yeah, so he did that, and then He did all the fuel lines, all the brake lines, rewired the car. So this car has a brand new wire harness as well.
Oh, it's a brand new wiring harness.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
So I didn't want to deal with 50-year-old wire harness.
Ooh, tell me about it.
All the gremlins, I didn't want to chase any of that. And since the car was completely taken apart, I was like, why put the old stuff in, right?
Yeah.
And so that's what motivated me to go with that route. So yeah, he did all that. He did the engine management, the health tech. He plumbed, he did all the fuel lines, and then he did all the ignition system, made custom spark plug wires for me, the coils. I mean, I didn't give up on it, although I did plenty of times consider selling it because it was just taking too long. But my missus is like super awesome. Shout out to my lovely wife.
Oh yeah.
She supported me in this. She was like, don't sell it.
Shout out to all the wives that let us play with their toys.
Right?
You know, dude, I mean, they're not common, and you gotta treat them right and love them for that. But you said this is a passion project, or
yeah, I mean, what else could you call it? It took me too long to finish it. So
took you okay, can we get an estimate? Like, what would you say? And you still not done with it, right? Is that the OCD, or is that
yeah, the disease,
the
right?
disease,
whatever
right?
you want to call it.
Yeah.